Badshah, it is a pleasure speaking to you here on BBC Asian Network. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am really well. This album is absolute fire. Where did this come from?
I don't know. I think I was going through a phase, and then I was like, I want to be done with this phase because, professionally, I think I was done making or being someone for a long time. In my mind, that was the end of a professional phase, and that's why I decided to call it Ek Tharaj. And then I wanted to celebrate that, and then I thought how, and um, I decided to do more work, collaborate with all my friends, people that I look up to, and I just called them up, and that's how it happened. And they were like, "Wow, this is." They were too happy. I mean, they were just too nice to be uh, on this album.
I've heard you talking about the fact that you're done with trying to chase international collaborations. These are international collaborations on this album. All the
Yeah.
artists that you're working
Yes.
with are international superstars. How did you come to that realization? Because you've also spoken about how a few years ago you were chasing doing those international collabs with Western artists as well.
We grew up watching them. We grew up being influenced by them when it comes to scale and production and presentation. And then I realized, I think a lot of us are doing a better job than a lot of people out there. And that's when it hit me. I was like, this is just a mental block. This is just a sort of validation that we're constantly looking at. Um, and I realized it's a trap. There was a point of time when people out there were doing insane numbers on YouTube, and then we started doing those numbers. And then the platform changed. They moved to Spotify, and then we are now starting to do those numbers. So I don't know. I mean, it's all of it is probably meaningless, uh, unless you make a good song. Unless the result, unless you really want to make good music. It's funny I am saying this because I've always been driven by numbers, but I think this realization comes to a lot of people with age, with achieving those numbers, and I'm glad that it happened to me. And the biggest example was Daku. I didn't know why I made that. I just wanted to make a song like that, and I didn't consider the numbers. I didn't consider what it's going to do. I didn't know what the video is going to be like, and we just went to Russia and shot the video, and that was the most uninfluenced song that I made. And the whole album was like that. I was just making for the fun of it because I wanted to celebrate it. There was no reason, there was no aim to chase numbers. And that's when I realized I was running a wrong race.
The honesty is so commendable because this is an industry where bravado counts for so much. Like people put on a front of the person that they're trying to project that they are, and you kind of tear that all apart and lay yourself bare in a lot of interviews and talk very honestly. That's a vulnerable
I
place to put
don't,
yourself in.
I don't know, honestly, if it's the right place or the wrong place. Uh, Numbers are important because they are your brand value. They are your indicators. I'm not saying they are, but they shouldn't be the benchmark for creating music. You know, um, I'll be honest with you. It's a very difficult situation for an artist to be in. It takes a lot of guts for someone to be independent of the influence of numbers or uh, ranks or positions. But it's the most beautiful phase. It's the most beautiful place and phase. I mean, it. I felt like I was making music like I was in college, back in college.
I don't know if albums are the best way to release music right now as well, especially when on Ek Taraja there are so many tracks that if you'd released as solo singles would have had the space and the time to breathe by themselves. They would have notched up the numbers individually. Why opt to release this as a full album rather than throwing out the singles one by one?
Legacy. That's the answer. It's what you leave behind. The want of uh, the lalach. I'm not, मेरे को याद नहीं है. The knowledge of
The greed.
making every song, the greed, sorry, the greed of making every song a hit is not what I was after with this album. I wanted to make an album which would be remembered, and I think I was 80% there.
This year is 10 years since your major breakthrough, I would say, right? 2014 is when both
Mhm.
Saturday Saturday and Abhi To Party Shuru Hui Hai released.
बाद में ना कहना कुछ भी पहले ही दे दूं वार्निंग पार्टी चलेगी till 6 in the
Did you imagine you'd be here 10 years later, still
Yeah.
making music, still doing your thing?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Absolutely.
you know why I asked that? Because I remember having a
Yeah.
conversation with you, a very casual off the record chat with you, where you told me about your dreams for being a chef and opening a restaurant and like, you know, leaving this life behind at one point. And so I want to understand where that ambition disappeared to and how Badshah became the king that he is today.
I'm still being a chef. I still cook food. I still have restaurants. But the point is, after a point of time, I think it, uh, uh, see, the fact that I wake up every morning and I want to make more music, I am blessed. You know, the day I don't feel like that, I will stop making music. And I swear, I am like that. If I don't feel like doing it, I won't do it. But, you know, at one point of time, you realize nothing is in your hands. It's all God's will. I mean, I was thinking of, at one point of time, I was thinking of retiring at 35, and now I'm thinking of retiring like nothing is planned. I mean, and you shouldn't plan. I mean, you should plan, but you shouldn't be hurt when things don't go by the plan.
You stopped mid sentence. I want to know what age you've pushed the retirement plan to now. You said 35 and then you said you've pushed it. What age have you set now for the retirement?
The plan is to stay 35 forever.
That's excellent. My favorite track on
Yeah.
the album is Goddamn.
बादशाह दा गाना ला के रख दी रिपीट ते औजले दा गाना कुड़ी करे ना skip
It is a follow up to a collaboration with Karan Aujla, which was already hugely popular, which was Players.
ਕੀਤਾ ਦੀ machine bad boy on the track baby करे bounce जैसे hitter हो के check
So, how did you make sure that this managed to live up to that kind of reputation? How, you know, you don't want to put out something with the same collaborator and it not be as good as the first one, right?
With Karan, you don't have that problem. Whatever he touches is, you know, it's gonna be a hit. You just have to give him the right song. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't want to underutilize his potential of his uh, naughtiness. I mean, a lot of people don't realize, but he's essentially very naughty. He's a naughty guy. You know, he's shararti. So I wanted to put him in that space, and I wanted to make a pop record rather than a hardcore hip hop song. And I had made this song 3 years ago. I just had the hook, and I sent him, and he took it to another level. So I just knew the kind of song that I want to do with him. Even with Players, I was very sure of the song. A lot of people, in fact, even he wasn't like really sure. I was like, no, this is the space that you should try because you haven't done anything like that. And he's a brilliant writer. He's gifted and he's such a sweetheart.
I also, on the absolute opposite end of the spectrum, really like Soulmate. That one is probably the biggest shocker for most people because I don't think people imagined an Arijit Singh Badshah collaboration on your album. How did that happen? And what do you think of the track?
I'll be honest, I think it's a very ordinary composition until Dada sang it. I'll be honest with you, I wrote the song in like 20 minutes. I composed it because I suddenly got a call from his team. He was like, okay, he's ready to record. I was like, I don't think I have the right song, but then, you know, I composed it and I sent it to him. But he didn't, there was no reply after that. Radio silence, you know, for almost a month. My album was supposed to release on the 18th. And on the 14th, I messaged him. I was like, दादा है कुछ या नहीं अब तो शाहरुख सर ने भी vocals भेज दिए ट्रेलर के I've written your name in the trailer अगर नहीं है तो बता दो and then he laughed on the voice note and sent. I was like, this is so heartless. You know, like send your email. I've recorded it.
Like you mentioned Shah Rukh Khan just then as well. Your name, Badshah, is inspired by the Badshah, right? Like it does come directly from him. So this must have been a bit of a full
Absolutely. Yeah.
this must have been a bit of a full circle moment for you. I know you've sung for his movies before. I know you've shared the stage with him before, but to have him voicing the trailer for your album,
ये ताकत कल किसी और के पास होगी ये ताज कल किसी और के पास होगा लेकिन बात सिर्फ हमारी होगी
must have been a little bit of a surreal moment.
I still, till today, I'll show you my phone the day we meet. Till today, Pooja, his manager, Pooja,
Yeah.
I till today randomly just send thank you. I don't know what else to do. I mean, what he's done is, I don't have, I don't think I'll be able to describe that because I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I asked them.
Did you think it would be a no?
I thought it would be a yes. I don't know. I mean, this is a funny thing. I never wanted to ask. I don't know why. I just, I sent her the trailer and I was like, these are the lines and can sir record them? I don't know. And bro, Pali, I can't tell you. Like, and then, she was like, when do you need it? I was like, tomorrow. Why are you always last minute? What's wrong with you? I like, who knows it better than you? You know? But then she was like, can you push it? I was like, yeah, I mean, if it's a yes, then why not? And then like the next day I got this long vocal file and then it was history.
He recorded it for you in different expressions and different tones, which is mad.
Haji, you can't he's I don't know. I mean, I don't have the words. He's a different being. He when he does something for you, he does it with all the heart he has. Like talking to you or like probably giving you a glass of water. He puts his heart in everything. And what people say about him, that's all true. And that's all 50%, 30% maybe. Like you have to be around that guy to know who he is. Yeah, we're just blessed.
Badshah, you are one of the biggest music stars from South Asia. I won't even say from India. From South Asia, you are one of the biggest music stars in the world. And you work very hard to get there. But do you still have to think twice before you message someone asking for a favor? Because it's not an easy thing to do.
पाजी मैंने किसी को पैसे दिए ना मुझसे वो पैसे नहीं वापस मांगे जाते मेरे खुद के मेरे से नहीं होता आई कांट डू दिस आई कोई और मुझे कह दे आई गो आउट ऑफ माय वे और मैं वेट करता हूँ कोई मुझसे कुछ मांगे I think a lot of us are built like that, especially us, this side of the world. But I've come across a lot of people जो बड़े बेशर्म होते हैं, कि and सबसे ज्यादा परेशान करती है मुझे वो चीज, that small talk before they actually come to the agenda and
just get to the point. Ask for what you want.
I don't let them. जैसे small talk होती है मैं समझ जाता हूँ. It irritates me, but like genuinely when people ask for something, I'd love to. I think it comes from the fact that probably we were not, given that opportunity, and then when you get on that pedestal, and so whenever I help someone like that, I just tell them, and then they ask me, what can we do for you? I just tell them, whenever someone asks you for help, just do it. That's the best you could do.
And then also, once you've sent that message, right? Like once you've messaged Shah Rukh's manager being like, oh, I need this. How many times you look at the message being like, oh, should I have done it? Shouldn't I have done it? Like, do you have that hesitation as well?
Not with them because I know them, I know the family, I know the ethics. And this is not the first time, there was once, I'll tell you a little incident. There was once, I did something I did a song for his team, and then पूछा मैं मास की, हाँ अच्छा कितनी फीस होगी? मैं क्या फीस? मैं क्या, अभी कुछ नहीं चाहिए. And then I was like, then she was like, what do you know? Tell me. I was like, no, I need a PlayStation. I think you know the story. I think the world knows the story. I need a PS5. And she, no, and शाहरुख सर ने खुद बात करी. मैंने कहा नहीं, मुझे प्ले स्टेशन चाहिए. कहते अच्छा हाँ तो हो जाएगा. मैं कहा PS5. कहते अच्छा. मैं क्या आया नहीं है इंडिया में अभी तक. तो तो I'll send you that screenshot. A week later, a PS5, he sent me a picture and said, तुम्हारा सामान घर पे पड़ा है, कल भिजवा दूंगा.
Wow. Now, if there's anyone who can get the PS5 before anybody else in India, it's going to be Shah Rukh Khan, isn't it?
Bro, and then he was like, you should come watch the match with us. It was the Corona time, and they used to be bubbles, so you
Yeah.
have to stay in a bubble for 7 days. She was like, Pooja, I was like, come home. We have a room for you. We'll fly to Dubai private and all that. I was like, yeah, okay. And I said, yeah, and I forgot about it. Of course, who's gonna, I'm not gonna go to Manna and stay there. Next day, they sent me a picture of the room with pillows with my name. I can't tell you the sort of people they are. They're just amazing people.
When you're an adult, and particularly when you work in the entertainment industry, you end up meeting a lot of your heroes. Like, you must have met a lot of your heroes, people who you admired on screen. How good does it feel when you know you chose your childhood hero well, like you did? You named your whole identity is based after a character this man played. It must feel good to know that he's actually a good human being and he hasn't disappointed you in your adult life.
Amazing question. I mean, amazing. He made me take this decision that I have to live up to people's expectation, my fans' expectation. Like I have to be bigger than what they think of me. Bigger in terms of kinder, warmer, or maybe like just you know they should they shouldn't be disappointed when they meet me. For example, I met this kid. He was like 6 or 7, and he met me. He was disappointed because he thought that I'd be wearing my shades and will have like 10 ladies around me and chains and all of that. So, but still, like I know why my fans like me. I know they like the fact that I'm calm. I let my work speak, and I just make sure that I don't disappoint them. And Ek Tha Raja was also a step towards that. Look, we are going bigger and bigger and bigger and classier, and you know what I'm saying. Like, so when I met him, I was like, I'm so proud of the fact that I'm his fan.
मुझसे तू वो ही कराए हाय नैना दा कहना नी असी तेरा मुखड़ा देखदे रहना नी.
The one that I've been playing the most recently is Naina. Like, I think whenever you two come together, it is magic. Tell me about collaborating with Diljit, because it's not the first time.
So when I said 80% of my album, 20% was Diljit Dosanjh. He wasn't on the album. But then, we collaborated on Naina. A lot of people were actually not sure about the song, you know. It was only Ria. Uh, Ria just sent me the song. She was like, it for Afro, Diljit, Naina, and I wrote, this is a blockbuster. Farah, who was actually shooting the song, while she was shooting the song, she was like, I don't know why I'm shooting the song. I don't like. I was like, this is, because she's used to those big event songs.
Yeah.
And this is like just a vibe. This is a vibe. This is just a pure vibe. And I was like, this is going to be the biggest song of the year, I'm telling you. And it's on record while the making of. A lot of people were really, really unsure.
Name and shame them.
It was
Are you saying that
no.
did Bebo not like the song when you were shooting it?
I don't know. I don't know. But like it was very few of us who were like, wow. And we got the scratch in Raj Paji's voice. It wasn't even Diljit Paji's voice. And I was like, I can't even wait till Diljit Paji puts his voice on this song. And when he did, I was like, orgasm.
Baby, you're a mood, baby, you're a vibe.
I wake up in the middle of the night saying, baby, you're a mood, baby, you're a vibe. Because it's such an earworm. It just gets into your head. You are a sensible, intelligent man, Badshah, and you're a well-educated man, right? When you're writing lyrics like, baby, you're a mood, baby, you're a vibe. Do you not sometimes think like, what has my job been reduced to? Like, these aren't the most intellectual lyrics.
What? What are you trying to say? By the way, we recorded that song in this room itself. No, I mean, the fact that I'm intelligent, I know what people want. I mean,
There must be an element of you standing behind the mic thinking, what am I saying?
no, not. There are some songs, I'll be honest with you. There are a few songs in my lifetime, probably like 4 or 5 songs, which I knew, but then, the money was really good. Oh, it's the money. But yeah, no, I enjoy it. I swear I enjoy it. I love. See the fact, baby, you're a moo. It's such a vibe. It's a song. It's a frequency.
You even have to change the way you say vibe, because you don't say vibe. You change your whole style. And now when I say it like you as well. It's more of a vibe. Like it's a different.
See, if I mean if I'm a soldier, it doesn't mean I come home and kill people. It's my job. I am behind the mic. I know it's gonna work, and yeah, I mean, I love to simulate people's minds, and they shouldn't necessarily be on my level when it comes to the intellect. And I don't say I am 8 or 2, whatever. Like, it's amazing to just touch other people's minds or hearts through something that you say.
How fast are you lyrically, Badshah? Like how quickly can you come up with lyrics if you know what the theme of something is?
It depends on the deadline.
I have a deadline. It's like within the next 2 minutes, right? Because on my show, I like coming up with fun little catchy songs and rhythms, and we have a thing on my show where we encourage everybody to go to the gym every day and be active and be healthy. And so I was in the gym the other day, and Sajna Say Yes to the Dress came up on my shuffle. So I'm on the treadmill listening to Sajna Say Yes to the Dress, and then you do your just say yes to the dress, Mary John line, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
just get straight to the gym, Mary John. Let's get rid of the did, Mary John. And I was like, this would be a really catchy gym song, right?
That's a good one.
Right? So
Yeah, that's a good one.
let's get straight to the gym, Mary John. Let's get rid of the did, Mary John. But
Did
then
Mary John.
I've
Yeah.
got a writer's block, and I don't know what I could do with the next 2 lines.
I got one line. What you just sang was mid Mary Jaan.
Oh, you just rejected my lyrics. I'm gonna try and make this an actual thing, Badshah, and I'm gonna come to
Yeah,
you for help
yeah.
at some point.
No, send me. I'll write the rest of the verses.
Thank
But
you,
give me a
bro.
deadline.
Okay, good. Thank you, bro. Look, finally, I was recently with one of your friends. One of your friends who is your what do we call her? She's your Middle Eastern friend, because Dubai is your common meeting ground. She speaks.
Please.
She's not even Middle Eastern, but that's where you guys end
Yeah.
up catching up. And I was with her, and I tested her about you. Of course, I'm talking about Pakistani superstar Hania Amir, who is very popular all around the world. And to be honest, she did pretty well. Like, she knew most your music, she knew most your songs.
What was the score?
She managed to get 10, but now I've got questions about Hania for you, Badshah.
No. No. Are you for real?
You are
Yeah.
Hania's superstar friend. You help her when she's in need in Dubai. You make her feel better and you cheer her up. But how well do you know her movies and TV shows? You are going to have 60 seconds on the clock. You need to try and answer 10 questions correctly. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's go!
Name the Kafi Khalil song that inspired the name of
Kahani suno.
One of her dramas has the same name as a Vidya Balan, Nasiruddin Shah, Arshad Varsi movie. What's it called?
Ishq?
Arman Malik or Arijit Singh, who sung the title song of her debut film Janan?
Arman Malik?
What country is Hania in right now?
Pakistan.
Name any of her co-stars in her upcoming Netflix series called Jo Bache Hai Sang Samet Lo.
Oh, there are a lot of them. I know for the fact.
Any
Like,
one. Any one person. He was in Abhi To Party Shuru Hui Hai.
Fawad Khan.
Sange Marmar or Sange Ma, which of these dramas did she star in?
Sangamar.
And which of these two actor-singers does she star with in it? Ali Zafar or Atif Aslam?
Ali Zafar.
You're so close, so I'm going to give you a couple more, Badshah. You're doing tremendously well right now. A video of Hania dancing at a friend's wedding went viral last year.
Natu.
In Parvaz Hai Junoon, her movie, Hania has the same profession as Janhvi Kapoor in Gunjan Saxena. What's the profession?
Pilot.
Phika rang, neela rang or peela rang?
Peela rang.
Wow! Badshah, you have proven your friendship. You're a super fan.
How much did I score?
You managed to get just 10. So you scraped in, but you managed to do it. I did make the questions easier for you, but it worked.
Thank you so much. I was sweating. No, but she's brilliant. I think she's insanely talented and she's extremely sharp. And I think she deserves all the success that she's getting, and I think she deserves more.
And when is she going to appear in one of your music videos? That tells us everything we need to know. Badshah, thank you so much for being on the show and for your time today. And
Thank
for
you, Paji.
an
Thank you so
incredible
much.
album. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.